If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Future Spidey here. This episode is unusual in some very good ways. The first reason is that there's no filler. As in, we're not bouncing around, changing the subject over and over and over again, going on tangents. We are very focused on what we're talking about. You know, we genuinely actually talk about Bren's top 5 games. We genuinely get into it. We don't waste time, which we do in a lot of episodes. I enjoy the episodes, but it's nice to have an episode where we're focused on the topic. We're not jumping around. Reason 2, there's no intro. And reason 1 kind of feeds into reason 2. There's no intro because we're not really goofing around. Yes, we're goofing around. There aren't really any jokes that we're telling in this episode. And I think in some ways it's kind of nice. I do enjoy our jokes. I enjoy our humor. And I want many episodes to be like that. There are some great moments and jokes throughout this series we've made. But it's kind of refreshing to have an episode that's not chock full of them. Not just because obviously it makes my job harder when I'm editing, which I don't really care about. I love doing the intros. They're really fun. But it's nice to have an episode where we're just talking about something and not throwing in random jokes for no reason. And sometimes there are good reasons that we throw jokes in. And it's very entertaining. But still, it's nice to have a focused, serious episode about his top 5 games with none of that filler content. Some of it's fun, but it's nice to have something focused. That's what I wanted to say. It's rare. Usually we're all over the place with topics. Usually we're joking around a ton, which is fun, but it's a nice change of pace. Anyways, on to the video. Hello and welcome. Well, you do.
Episodes of Game These Podcasts. I'm Bren.
I'm Spidey.
And today I don't have the topic, but
yes, I wanted to talk about something.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you a couple questions. I want to put you on the hot seat today.
All right.
I want to put you on the hot seat today.
The hot seat.
So, what games do you think are the absolute best games you've ever played? Give me 5. Ever.
Have we asked this before?
No, I've never asked what you've ever played though. That's the thing. I'm only asking for a top 5.
Ever played.
Top 5. That's it.
Dude, Pokemon is so. There's so many of those in there. Pokemon Gold and Silver, and probably X and Y first, then Gold and Silver.
Those are the
those might be swapped, but those are 2 of the Pokemon games I'm going to put on.
Well,
there.
Gold and Silver also is very influential. So
obviously, there's way more. I actually might scratch the Gold and Silver and put Heart Gold, Soul Silver, X and Y.
The remake was good.
So those are Gold and Silver. Heart Gold, Soul Silver is.
But then you got.
It's hard though because X and Y I had.
And then you
I actually might put X and Y first, then Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Oris. Oh, there's so many good ones, but I'm saying just for me.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I could make it all Pokemon, because to me, Oris was just as good as Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Okay. I actually thought I don't know, dude. If I was I don't want the whole thing to be Pokemon, is what I'm saying.
Yes,
but I had to put those 2 up.
Smart man.
I might not even put Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I might just put X and Y, just because I can't. I could make them all that, and I can't do that. So I'll just cut it. I'll cut it for the sake of the list.
Okay, so X and Y. What particularly made you interested in X and Y? What was the extrapolate? What exactly?
It was 3D. It was the first one that was 3D. So I was so stoked about that. There was character customization that was sick. I don't know I know people didn't really like it. I know that you said it's because.
I think for me,
because it was the first 3D one.
It was some of the. Yeah, it was weird for me because I just kind of. It imagine in your head you play something that looks so beautiful. It's like you have this beautiful art piece. Not the Mona Lisa. Let's say you actually like the Mona Lisa. Like let's say you genuinely think it's good.
I know what you mean. I
mean, it is a good rendering of someone, but the woman's not that attractive. But you have the Mona Lisa for all the French pretentious people. And then someone walks up to the Mona Lisa and then completely changes the style. Maybe something's brighter, maybe there's more dimension. It's weird, it's off. It's not bad looking, but it's weird. Like they changed a piece of art that you loved and you're like, okay, this is not a reinterpretation. You took the Mona Lisa and threw in all this crazy stuff. Maybe you made an anime Mona Lisa. That would be good. But I'm saying, let's say you were an actual fan of Mona Lisa and the style was completely different. For me, Pokemon was my Mona Lisa. I loved the 2D art style. I loved the color. I loved the depth and personality that it had. Even black and white. I liked that there were, I liked in black and white that there were animations. They were starting to animate the 2D sprites. They were starting to evolve the style. They were going further and further and building it. And they were meshing it with miniature, slightly 3D elements, Like, the Pokemon Center was 3D, or the buildings were 3D. Like, they were kind of marrying the two styles. And then when they up and completely changed it to 3D, I was like, what is going on here? Like, I would have liked it, but for me, I was expecting I don't know what it was. I was expecting a more epic looking game if you were going to do 3D. Like there's a more epic feel to it.
It looks pretty good. Actually, it looked some of it looked awesome.
Now I will say, in hindsight, I was wrong. I will admit wholeheartedly.
Oh, you're saying at the time.
Wrong. I was completely wrong. I was wanting okay, I'm in a Pokemon world. Yes, it's anime style, but it's serious and it's darker and serious and more.
That's not how you wanted it to be like the GameCube games, which wasn't going to happen.
Yes, I did. Even though the GameCube...
Those games that they weirdly did 2 of and never touched again.
Yeah, they never touched again. Well, there's probably a good reason why they never touched them again. Because...
No, they were awesome.
They were great.
There's no good reason they should have touched
They were great, but...
Well, actually, I didn't finish... I didn't finish Coliseum all the way, but I was halfway... or over halfway through.
But I will say that style would not have fit in hindsight. That would.
I did like the XD or whatever one. I liked that one.
XD was more. They tell you where to go, and then everything's a bit more clear. Coliseum is like an old school RPG.
Also, one thing I like about those games is they're hard.
Yes, they are.
They're really hard.
But
the battling is hard in those. It is. They do not go easy on you in that.
Oh, they didn't, dude. And all of them were double battles too.
Anyway.
But yeah,
I get what you're saying. You want it to be more darker. My thing with the Mona Lisa example is that's a great example. I understand that. For me, ever since Wind Waker, I've just been okay with graphical changes. I just don't, because I was my first thought was I hate this, and then I kind of started looking. I was I actually do, if I could disconnect the old game from it, I do like the style of it.
That's exactly. And that's
just be okay with change, which in Wind Waker hit me so much harder that I was just already over that kind of thing.
I accidentally muted it by smacking the thing. But one thing
Ocarina of Time was,
in the case of Wind Waker,
those were just crazy.
Wind Waker, at least I'll say this about Pokemon. Pokemon at least tried to stay true to what it was. Wind Waker flipped completely out the I do like 100%. It, but it would have been jarring 100%. Regardless. I don't care who you are. It was
That's
jarring.
True.
It was jarring.
It was.
I'm glad it exists.
I'm just saying that annihilated me way before.
Yeah.
Plus, I was wanting a 3D Pokemon game for so long.
I wanted one too.
I was not that I care, because I liked it not being 3D.
I think I was.
I would have been okay if it.
I think what made me upset.
I would have been okay if it wasn't 3D. I would have been all right, it's not 3D or whatever.
They completely scrapped 2D. I think that's what upset me. The prospect of them completely getting rid of it was kind of what upset me. That was more so.
See them once they changed. I did not think they were going back.
They were never. I thought, okay, maybe they. I'm if they change, they're never going back. That's what I was thinking in my head. That's probably
true.
Part of why I was upset.
There'd be no reason. I mean, there would be a reason for you and me, but to them, there wouldn't be a
Yeah,
reason.
even though 2D games are insanely popular, Stardew Valley exploded 2D.
I'm saying to them though, if they're like,
No,
most companies don't think of going backwards.
no, it's the
Once they
evolution
go
of the
forwards,
franchise.
they keep going forward. They're never like, dude, go back. Although they kind of did with Diamond and Pearl, and I love that Shining
Yeah,
Diamond
Brilliant
and Pearl.
Diamond.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
What exactly? What like was it? Were the gyms interesting? Like what?
everything. I don't mean everything is a cop out answer. The online battling was like incredible. It was what got me into back then online battling. The game was so good, I made a channel.
Yes, you did.
That game and Justin Flynn, shout outs to Justin Flynn. But
So Justin Flynn sold 3DSs then.
yeah, Justin Flynn made it so I wanted to stream, is what I mean. Like him, and then Pokemon X and Y being so good. And let me tell you, man. And so yeah, the online battling, incredible. It got me into breeding. They made it so EV and IVs were like a little bit easier to obtain. They made it like part of a feature in the game as opposed to. So it still took a while, but not like where you were hoping you came across the right Pokemon to give you the right IV or EV or whatever.
EV training was made easier. I remember that. Wasn't there like super training or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Super
like
training.
super
Exactly.
training. Yeah.
I thought Team Flare was cool. I know that people like
Team
made
Flare.
fun of them.
This is my problem with Team Flare. It's the uniform. That's it.
They looked stupid. They look kind of stupid. I liked how they looked, but they did look.
It's like
I understand people thinking they look stupid.
I mean, and what was their? I'm curious as to what their goal even was. Like I said, I didn't get to a point.
Oh,
I beat like
their goal was dark. That guy wanted to like annihilate the world.
Why?
Like, the head guy. He was like Thanos. He like thought that there's too much of everybody, so he wanted to get rid of a lot of people. Like he wanted to like even out the population, basically.
But why don't you just get rid of Pokemon? Since they're sentient, you could just get rid of part of them.
Dude, no one's gonna do that. No one's gonna do that. You know these guys are obsessed with Pokemon in the games. They love them more than their own kids. That's true. Swear.
That's true. I agree with you. That's
that's not. No. The Pokemon need more room, and humans take up too many resources. So he was going to annihilate half the human population.
Half the humans for the Pokemon.
It might have been Pokemon 2. It might have been both, actually, but I can't remember.
What is he? Yeah, what is he?
So he's Thanos.
Yeah.
He's like Thanos. I heard dumber.
I heard he was intimidating, but he looks like, if you just showed me a picture of him, I've seen him. His like, you know,
he looks weird.
His weird looking.
Looks like ginger, like Dragon Ball Z character, kind of.
Except Dragon Ball Z characters look cool. Like they look real cool.
I didn't think he looked that cool, or I didn't think he looked that bad.
What's his name?
Wasn't his hair like all spiky? What anime character does?
He was weird. He was weird looking. Pokemon.
Oh yeah, he looks. Dude, I don't think he looks that weird.
Team leader. Well,
he looks pretty cool. I think. He kind of looks like a ginger, more intense Giovanni.
He's fine, but I feel like
Giovanni's cooler. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, I think it
just
was
as a whole.
What else though? Like what were the gyms
okay? So
like? Gym wise, what did you? How was it?
Let me get a list here. First off, the city,
Lumio City.
Lumio City was so cool. And it was a Pokemon game that was fully fleshed out. You're not like in the city the whole time. You know what I mean?
It was you were also, the city was not very small. It was a pretty big city where you could do a lot of stuff.
Like it was a very flushed out.
It was not a pit stop. It was not a pit stop to the Elite Four. Is what
Viola, Grant.
I'm not talking about design. I'm mostly just talking about like what did you difficulty wise? Would you?
They weren't that. Honestly, the design of the gym leaders wasn't that great.
Yeah, I feel I don't remember any sticking out to me. I didn't
remember what they were. It's just the exploring, everything about the game, like
side quests
in the sense
of.
No, just the world, like seeing the world, how it looked, like it's just incredible. Like exploring through everything. I was going in every house. Talking, there's like certain battle league stuff going on. I remember there's a part where you're at like a fancy house and you're like fighting these rich people. There's just like so much fun stuff in the game.
The cutscenes definitely. The cutscenes definitely stepped up. I hit my mute button on accident again. The cutscenes definitely stepped it up. In terms of...
but I think I mainly fell in love with the battle. Like the battling was, I battled so much. I did online tournaments. I've never been so enveloped in like competing in a game where I was like getting into tournaments and stuff ever. Besides that game,
So it was the
that game
competitiveness that got you into the game.
that was another one of the main things. Besides me just liking everything, like I love that you could kind of make what your character looked like. You could like it was the online was so good. I just mean I don't even think it's been matched really since personally, but
I mean, I've never. I don't think I've ever played Pokemon online because I just didn't want to have to build a team. Personally, I was
such a
like,
pain. Dude, it was so much work to do that. And if one thing that I got a kind of a shortcut was I streamed, so people would like want to give me Pokemon. So I would get like people would give me like high level like perfect EVIV like strong Pokemon all the time. A lot of times I'd put it up for prizes in my tournaments. Like it would be like, oh, this is the prize, like kind of thing. Well, because man, that was so fun. But I don't want to get into that.
yeah.
That's not the point. That's not the point. I'm just saying, yes, competitiveness. It took me forever. I'd be watching TV shows and breeding for like 3 hours. That's before even the training starts.
Who are the rivals again? I forget who is the rival. Like,
there's two, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so. Who's the rival? Oh yeah. Oh wait a minute. Okay, so it was just. Okay, it was a couple. There were quite a few.
Yeah, Serena and Callum.
There's...
Oh, if you're female. The other friend, Sean, Trevor.
Yeah, there's a lot of rivals.
There was a lot of people that you were playing with,
and they're not really that was a criticism I heard from people. They're not rivals. They are just your friends.
One of them kind of is. Callum was kind of,
but the rest of them are.
But they're not like Gary. They're not like Gary.
No. Not every rival.
I love how everybody looks too. Like your rivals. I love how your clothes look. The girls. Not going to get into that.
Yeah, of course you won't. Of course,
there's just a lot of like. There's just a lot of like. It was cool. I thought that the freaking legendaries were sick. Like it was just super fun. But yes, but I would say the main thing is the battling was what got me into. It was so easy. You just pop on your DS. I'm battling online. Like it was so easy. Now, yeah, Pokemon. When I think about that, it makes me want to competitive battle, but it's just like then I think about like my options are. That's why ZA was so great is because it's not so competitive. No. Like my options are like, I go back to Scarlet and Violet, grind up a team on an old game, and then I guess we just switch to then a new game comes out, and who knows what the battling's going to look like. The battling might never ever be that way again.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to want to put the invested time in when it's like we're kind of moving to a different point, and Pokemon Champions is coming out, so might as well grind that when that comes out if I want to battle, as opposed to. Anyway,
I don't think it's going to be permanently gone. I don't feel like Pokemon's ever going to permanently leave the original battling
Champions.
style.
Well, I do. I think that once Champions comes out, they're going to be doing crazy stuff.
They will, but
I'm not saying they'll never go back.
Now they'll never go back to sprite-based games ever again. That's a fact.
No,
they will never.
Anyway,
ever...
we're going to talk about. We can talk about Pokemon. All right.
Next one, second.
There's 3 topics: COD, Halo, and Pokemon. We could talk about
for episodes. Telltale randomly too. But second, here we go. Second favorite game. Good sir.
Oh God.
Even if we can only make it to 3, I'll be okay.
I'm trying to think. Like truly think. Like I'm trying to go by like what do I have the most memories of? Like oh my gosh, I don't even think like necessarily. I'm not even counting obsession because I tend to get obsessed with things. That doesn't even mean I love it.
No.
Like so, it's like I'm trying to not count that.
No, it doesn't.
Like I'm trying to count like when I was truly like, whoa, this like blew my mind. I mean, Kingdom Hearts, obviously. Kingdom Hearts 1 probably
Oh, really? Second of
just
all
blew
time?
my mind. Potentially, that game
I
blew
don't
my
blame you.
mind.
The first game is mysterious.
I'm only
And
saying 1 because 2 wasn't out,
yeah,
and 2 blew
also
my mind too, but not the same that 1 did because it
also
was new.
2 is mysterious. I mean, 1 is mysterious, extremely mysterious.
Yeah.
You have no idea
That
what's
too.
happening.
Good point.
That's the one thing that Kingdom Hearts 1 had was mystery. I think that's probably the reason why it's remembered so much. I mean, first off, you're dropped in like I said, Final Fantasy, and I probably said this before, but Final Fantasy and Disney being mixed together is an odd
Incredible.
concept.
I loved it. When I saw the art of it, I loved it immediately.
Think about it on paper, though. If you heard that on paper, if you're being
paper,
pitched,
I would think it was ridiculous. Obviously,
but then somehow, that intro comes in. You have no idea what to expect booting this game up. That's one thing I like about the series. If you have no context, you basically have no idea. You're just walking in like completely blind. Like and to just have yourself appear in that stained glass dream, the whole dream sequence at the beginning tutorial thing, like that was insane. Because you'd think, oh, it's just a silly Disney game, but it's not. It's not a silly Disney game. Like, it's genuinely. But I'm curious as to what drew you to it. What exactly drew you to
the
it?
art. First off, I back then. Like, how old was I when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out? I was a teenager, I think, right? When did KH1 come out?
It was 2002.
Okay, so I was really young then.
And yes, I did.
Not really.
I did play Kingdom Hearts close to the time it released, the first game. I actually did, and I was really little. I was a really little boy.
I was 11 or I think I was like 12. So back then, I might have been 13 because I don't think I played it right as it came out. I think I got it later.
Like a year later.
Maybe. But I liked the art style of anime a lot. I don't think I even knew it was called anime then. I would just call it like Japanese cartoons or something because which I guess is what anime is. But like I didn't know I didn't know that was like a word. So like we got into Pokemon. I was obsessed with Pokemon Show. I love the art style of it. I didn't know it was a specific.
No, you thought it was just
at that time. I didn't make the connection. It was a Japanese art style. I just was like, this is a sick art style.
Yeah.
So anything like that, I became like really into. So I was drawn to that art style anyway, like Final Fantasy VII and stuff. Like I loved that art style anyway, Golden Sun. But that changed so I was obsessed with it by that. I was interested in it because of that right away. I was like, oh my gosh, these characters look awesome because I love anime. Then I was like, oh, these Disney characters they made look so cool, like just from like how they look. And then I was like, I'm gonna play it. So that's why I originally got into it. That's what made me play it, is because the art style. And then when I played it, I was like, oh my gosh, the story is the music. Right away, you get hit with a banger song that's been in my head since I've been 12.
And then even the actual soundtrack of the game is so good, dude. The actual
the actual music is so good. I'm just saying that's what you get hit with. That intro,
simple and clean,
iconic when you're in the stained glass and you're picking if your shield, like all that stuff is so.
That's what drew me.
In my mind.
The not the look of the characters. I think what drew me was the moon on the cover. I was like, okay, they're standing by the moon. It's really intense looking.
Mm.
And I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, this is going to be a darker game, like a little bit. This has to be. I was like, there has to be something going on here. I think that's what made me want to play it.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense. Me too. Part of it, me too.
That was the reason why. What else? What about the story were you interested in? Like, what exactly into words?
I mean, right away, they attach you to the characters fast. Because they do a good job making you feel the connection that the three have right at the start, even though you don't see them for very long at the beginning. Like you don't see them together for super long at the start, and you're immediately like I was immediately upset when they were gone. Like obviously Kairi, but Riku too. You're like attached to them so fast.
And
So
they
that
rip
sucked me
you
in.
away
Plus,
fat. They rip them away.
I love Disney movies. I always have. Like I
Same.
love the fact that I'm this cool character going to Disney worlds. It was blew my mind. I thought it was so fun.
Oh, same.
So yeah, that just
The
the Disney
Heartless,
aspect is a
dude.
huge driving factor for me.
Those things were terrifying for children.
Dude, me too. Yeah, they were
I
creepy.
loved it.
I know. I'm just saying that like going to new worlds, being like, oh, I'm in my ship and I'm going to Peter Pan's world, or like
Yes.
I'm going to Alice in Wonderland world, even though it was kind of hell in some ways.
Yeah.
But like it was, you know what I'm saying? It was super.
Fun though.
So it blew my mind back then. That's number 2.
But I did want to ask what moment in the story, what exactly like to kind of come through what was the most iconic thing about it for you? Like the biggest thing
I mean,
in the first game. What is this thing? What moment in the story was just the most iconic?
Oh, right away. I mean, right away to me.
Like the whole I've been having these weird thoughts lately thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole opening. I was literally sucked in immediately.
The Destiny Islands opening.
Just immediately, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm everything." Like the intro scene with the song, the dialogue Sora had, like just everything. And then you're kind of like, at the time, you're kind of like, "Is this even real?"
You're like, this is off
I'm like,
kilter.
"Is this?" Yeah, I'm like, am I actually on this island, or what? What the heck's going on?
Well, because it feels so off, like dreamlike in a way.
Yes, exactly.
Because
and that's kind of why I like it, because the whole thing's sort of like that.
Because Sora,
In the first game,
like I said at the beginning, he's very aware of his dream. That's the thing that's funny about it. Like most people just like, oh, I just had a dream. He's very aware something weird is going on. He just doesn't like, and that's kind of how the player is too. They're kind of giving both
and it
of
keeps
you.
it. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Keeps you guessing. Keeps you guessing. Like what? Like why is this so Matrix-esque? Where now it's not as Matrix-esque as 2. 2's beginning.
You see Sora grow like a lot.
Oh yeah, he starts out as a little baby boy. He sucks.
Yes, he's like a child, and they do a good job with that. And then they show him getting like braver and just like character building to like a selfless hero.
He's charming and likable, but he is not a selfless hero at the start. He's kind of more for his friends. That's all he cares about, is his 2 friends on his island. And that's it.
Anyway,
but
great game.
All right, 3. What's your third?
It's hard. It's hard to even pick the 2 I already did, but because I could give every Kingdom Hearts except for 3 because I haven't played it. But let's see. I have a few in my head. Probably Fire Emblem, like on Game Boy Advance.
Oh, really? I was expecting Ocarina of Time.
I mean, yeah. We just talked about that so much, but yeah, that is going to be one of them for sure.
So Fire Emblem for GBA, I did like it a lot too.
Yeah, I had so much fun with like. Let alone, I almost got a new Fire Emblem on my Switch just to play it. I know you said it's really different, but like, I love the sim aspect of it. So when you describe it, I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
It's the case of I do like the sim aspect as well, but when it's just that, like when that's the biggest, like it sucks up everything. My problem is usually like when I played GBA Fire Emblem, what drew me to it was, okay, I can bond with these characters, they die, but we're moving on a path towards a conclusion. You know, we're not cutting it off to go back to a base and talk to each other.
Yeah.
We're along the way talking to each other and bonding. and every character they're introducing, I'm liking. Like that's the thing. I'm not like, oh, who's this annoying moron? That's what I thought in the Fire Emblem Three Houses, dude. There were some characters that were just like, the voices were annoying. Some of them.
That's fine. I haven't played it. I don't know. I didn't buy it. I'm just saying I almost did. But
It's not bad though. It is not a bad game by any
what drew me
means.
to it was when I was a kid and playing it. First off, it was hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like at least for me as a kid, it was hard. As a kid, I didn't appreciate harder games. Like at the time, I was kind of just like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. But like now, I have memories of it, and I'm like happy it was hard because it was more fun. I just didn't realize it back then. I don't think. But their characters would die,
Yes.
so you would almost have to like play around, like keeping the characters you liked safe. Like so, I was playing like I would get attached to certain characters faster or more, and then I would keep them alive. So I'd be like, kind of like they were me. I'd almost like pretend like they were me. Like I would pretend like that wizard kid that you meet was like me. I'm like, oh, this is like me. I'm just gonna pretend this guy's me or whatever, like in the game. Like so, I was just obsessed. The interactions you have with people, keeping people alive, people dying. Obviously, I try to keep everybody alive, but like, just I was so enveloped in
the
like
story and the
talk.
characters.
Yes, just dealing with all the characters.
I liked
and
Lindis. Lindis was great. She was a great character, not just because of her looks, but
Lindis
she
was
was
awesome.
also likable
Yeah.
as a character. I liked her kind of fierce warrior type thing, but she
Yeah,
also had
everything.
a softness towards you because your name's technically Mark. That's your guy's like canon name, and there's clearly
Yeah.
something going on over there with like between
Oh yeah.
both of you. There's some tension there, definitely very strong tension.
Yeah.
I not just that. I think the gameplay's fun. Tactics. I love the animations.
So fun.
The zoom in of the
So
animations on the GBA. The
Yes.
animations are so detailed. She whips her sword
Yeah.
out, slashes them, and then
Dude,
like
and
it cuts
you could
back.
customize so many people, like with the items, like the weapons they have, the spells they're using, the books that they like.
Oh, agreed.
It was like I'm watching an anime as a kid. Like it was like that's what it felt like to me. Is like I'm inside an anime, and it just like blew my mind. I mean, it just blew my
Well,
mind.
think about it. You have a weapon triangle. You have the axe, the sword, and the bow. Like that was your triangle, and one was more effective than the other. It was kind of like a type chart type thing. They were kind of going for that. Like that was the whole thing, was that they wanted to have balancing between the weapons. One's weak to the other.
Yeah.
And then you had
Yeah.
wizards and stuff in between. It was varied. It was fun. All the characters were fun. I loved that thief guy. I don't even remember his name, like
You guy
Ellawood
was
or
awesome.
something.
The blonde guy, the blonde hair guy.
Ellawood had like brown hair or something. I gotta look him up.
Did
I
he?
gotta look him up. Who was this guy? Is it Ellawood? I don't even think it is that. I don't think that's him.
What's the game called? Tactics.
It's just I think it was just Fire Emblem GBA
That's what I thought.
emblem. I think it's like, I gotta look at it. Okay, I gotta look at the character, not Ellawood. That's the
What
Roy
a
lookalike.
freaking game. The Blazing Blade. Yep, that's what it was. The Blazing Blade.
So this was the waifu. Lindis.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would forget. I gotta look at the characters. I had to freaking look at the characters. I forget.
I don't think.
There is this thief guy though, who's really cool.
I mean, dude, they could have made a freaking anime out of this game.
Oh, agreed. All the characters were likable. I think Ellawood was like Roy's dad. That's who it was. That's the guy. He's like the noble guy. He was cool.
Yeah, he's cool. He's awesome.
He comes in and he steals the woman from you.
I know what thief you're talking about, though.
But
I thought he was cool too.
I thought he was cool too. He might have been easily my. And then they play, the Fire Emblem theme. Dun 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 dun. He walks on screen and that instantly starts playing. The most epic music for a thief character. And I'm like, what is happening? What is this?
So cool.
He walks on screen, and I'm like, man. And all they had was visual novel cutscenes. That's all it was. It's basically just a visual novel. There's no like.
I know.
There's lip sync, but that's all they had.
I know, and it sucked me. Anyway, incredible game.
Oh, agreed.
They did such a good job making the missions like feel like you were actually in it when you like making the cutscenes match the atmosphere you were in when you were fighting. It was so good, so fun.
Oh,
so much strategy with like mountains and trees and stuff. They just did such a good job.
You could make a whole episode about that game, to be honest.
You could. I'm gonna have quite a few GBA games because I don't know. Game Boy Advance just had so many killer games to me.
Well, now we're on number 4, so.
This is tough because now I have 3 in my head. They're all GBA.
Everything's.
I understand. Ocarina of Time.
That's funny. I'm not offended. I love the Game Boy Advance.
No, I'm not. You're offended. Like Ocarina of Time, I just talked about so much, and I did love it, but it wasn't like. I think it's one of the best games of all time. But for me, I'm just trying to think of my games that like blew my mind at the time that like made me obsessed. Like not obsessed where I was just like freaking out over it. Like that I actually loved. And one of those games was a little game called Car Battler Joe.
Well, yeah, that one.
That game is incredible.
Everything's a GBA game, which I'm not complaining. Of all the consoles to have something from that, like
Car Battler Joe, I think was so far ahead of its time and could have been. I can't believe that they didn't make another game in the series. Like for a later console.
Probably good they didn't, to be honest, because they would have screwed it up.
I'm just saying, like they could have made an amazing GameCube game out of this.
Oh,
like
agreed.
Just like
I remember watching you play it. You had the first person or the third person segments where you're driving around with like the, mode 7 style, where it's like you're driving around on the ground.
Yes, dude, the customization on your cars. I mean, dude. The customization on your... Sorry, I'm looking at the art. First off, the art's incredible. The art's incredible. The way I was blown away by how they did the actual car segments. Like, at the time, I was like, whoa, this looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's like your car stood still, but the ground moved, but it felt like you were going really fast.
It was mode 7. You could drive around in a third-person angle, camera angle in GBA. And I saw that, I was like, man, advanced for the time. Part of me wishes people would still make games in that style, but
me too.
Like visually, I love the pseudo 2D, 3D effect. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. And you could customize your car. There were so many different bodies. There was different freaking weapons. You could go out and search for weapons and scrap to like upgrade your car. You'd have to go in the wilderness and like fight other cars, and then you'd have tournament arcs. Then you could connect with your GBA and play other people with your customized car.
The main character's design is obviously cool. Like his character design looks cool.
He's awesome.
I don't remember his name, but you could change it obviously. But I don't know what his base name was.
It was Joe.
Oh, it was Joe. So it's just Car Battler John, dude.
Could be John. I mean, yeah, I don't know I don't remember what I named myself in it, but no, I played that game for so long. You saw me. It wasn't that long ago. I beat the whole thing in a night.
Yeah.
No, there's so much I didn't do because there's so much content in it, but I just beat the story in a night. And my God, is it fun. Anyway, it's an incredible game. If you haven't played it,
how's the story?
Story's so sick. It is a little weird. It was a little weird as a kid because I didn't know how to move forward in certain areas. Now it's 2025. You can just look it up and you're fine. But as a kid, the story was awesome. It's so sick. It's just like there's like car gangs and like it's so. It's such a good game. If you're gonna play a game, play that. I have so many good memories on that game. Blew my mind when I played it. Me and TJ would verse each other. He beat me every time. That's one of our brothers.
Yes.
So much fun. And I want to play it again now. I don't play games. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't replay games very often. I'm not that kind of guy.
No,
I don't.
I do it all the freaking time.
There's very few that I played through very often. I never beat X and Y again. I beat it once, but I was battling most of the time. I've played Kingdom Hearts 1 a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And I've played Kingdom Hearts. I probably played Kingdom Hearts 2 more.
Well, because KH2 is shorter than Kingdom Hearts 1. It is. It's not like short, but it's
lot
shorter. It's because the combat's so fluid, you get through it. The length of one was...
I'm okay with the length of 2. I'm okay with the length. I actually prefer that length. And then Car Battler Joe, very short game if you know what you're doing.
Oh, yes.
But in a good way. Like you could... In a good way. Like it's a fun game. It's totally worth playing. It blew my mind. Hours and hours of fun.
Soundtrack was pretty good too.
Soundtrack's good. Dude, I mean, just the car customization alone, you could get so into it. I mean, you could be it is such a good game. I don't know how it only got one in the series. It must have just not done well. I don't know.
Number 5.
Or isn't it? Is it? Oh, it's 5 already.
Yeah, you've got your 5.
This is hard because it's between 2 GBA
Number
games.
Number 5.
I'm gonna say Mega Man Battle Network for sure.
Oh, dude, I would. You know, it's funny. If I had to rank GBA games, I'd probably put that at the top of my.
Yeah,
I'd probably put that at the top.
Battle Network is. If I had to pick one, I'd say 3. But
dude, everybody says 3 is the best in the series, and I'm with them in a lot of ways. It is.
I love them all. But
like I said, 6 is like
I just recently beat 6. Not recently, but like probably a year ago, I beat 6 for the first time. It was good.
I think a lot of people.
It was weird.
Yeah, a lot of people say the whole moving land from AC/DC Town was kind of an odd.
Oh, really? I like that
point because it people think it's odd because it just kind of happens out of nowhere. It's just that's really the reason why. And then he moves back at the end because and that's I think that's the reason why, because you just reverse a giant plot thing.
I would have loved for him to stay 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I don't particularly.
He's gonna move. Just let him move. If
I agree. That also doesn't mean his friends can't move either. You could just have one move at the end if you really wanted to keep them together.
True, and sometimes you just move and your friends aren't with you.
That's true.
I mean, for a game, I'm talking about real life. I guess for a game, it did suck not being around your friends.
I think the reason why was because you developed these characters for such a long time, and then like nothing, like yes. Not that they're like the deepest characters of all time, but like,
and that game is endless. 3 is endless.
I think
good. I mean,
3
have
was
everything in it. They have tournament arcs. They have good boss fights. They have good chips. The whole story is incredible.
The sacrifice at the end is
the sacrifice at the end.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's emotional.
You think your brother's dead, basically,
and it's a freaking game, and there's a kid with cancer in it. There's a freaking child.
Incredibly good.
Like in the combat,
incredibly good game.
The combat
on its own is a reason to play it.
Yes,
the combat on its own is a reason to play it. I don't know how it doesn't have a giant online scene. It's that good.
Agreed.
That good at what it does.
Land's incredible. Mega Man's incredible. I like Higsby.
There's not one character I hate.
No, same.
There's not one.
I love Chop.
All the villains are cool. In the third one, like this guy setting a zoo on fire.
One woman.
So crazy.
One woman's trying to stop a kid from getting cancer treatment as he's on his death's door.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
A child?
Yeah. There's so much. That game's incredible. If you aren't playing, first off, just play the whole series.
Yeah, agreed.
If you haven't played Mega Man Battle Network,
the first game so bad.
I'm not kidding. You are missing out.
Agreed.
Like, if I had to pick one for you, play 3, but you should play them all. You're gonna have hours of fun. It's so fun.
5, I even like 5 a lot too, dude. 5,
I think so much. Me too.
I will say, having thought about the series, I feel like 3 was kind of the original idea to conclude it. They were clearly moving towards a conclusion with 3.
That's what I think
definitely.
too.
I do like 5.
I definitely think it's a close to the at least original arc, at least.
And then 5 feels like a close to the series again because Wily is redeemed at the end. He shows up at the end and helps his son.
6.
5 felt like the end of the series. Again.
Dude, I wish they'd make another one.
Same.
Even if it's not with Lan. I would obviously want Lan.
Well, here's what I would do.
I think Mega Man has to be.
Yes, Mega Man X.
Like, obviously.
Make him Mega Man X or something. EXE.
Or some sort of, it doesn't have to be the same Mega Man, but some version of him.
Or maybe he's the same guy and he's just
Don't make it freaking what we got, okay?
No, Star Force, yeah.
Don't make it that.
Star Force.
You don't want that.
Star Force was sad because, like I said, if it was not a Battle Network copy, if it wasn't trying to copy Battle Network, it could have been something. Like, it could have been something had it not tried to do the exact same thing, but worse. Like, why? Like, dude, you could have made, you know what you could have done? Not even a battler thing. You could have just made a 3D, you could have waited for the 3DS and just made a third-person shooter on the 3DS with Star Force instead of doing the battle chip thing and there was no reason to copy Battle Network again.
No.
Again.
No.
Like the dynamic between Lan and Mega Man is just better than Geo and Omegasys. I forgot his name.
Yep.
I forgot his name. That's how forgettable he is. And then they dump I watched people play it just to see, okay, the story's terrible. I already know it is, but what do other people think of it? Well, it's terrible because the dynamic Star Force as a whole. And another reason why I watched the later games. First off, their dynamic was not very good in the first place. Second off, they drop Omegasys as a character in Star Force 2 immediately and 3. He's not even existent. He doesn't matter. He just says quips and then disappears over and over again. He's not like Mega Man is integral to Battle Network. He is integral to Battle Network. He is effectively the hero. The main character.
Yeah.
Like Lan also is, but the difference is the one who's really, when you think of the hero, obviously it says Mega Man, but when you think of the hero, it's him. He's the stereotype hero. He's the
Mega
noble.
Man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Omegasys is not a hero. He's just like a boring anti-hero type character.
No, because Lan. Well, yeah, they're terrible. The games are terrible. I don't even I hate that they exist. Same. I don't usually say that very often.
Same.
I'm not like I've grown as a person to accept other people's opinions. You know, that shouldn't take very long for you to understand. But
no.
I cannot. Anyone who says Star Force is good, I can't even.
I can't. Either.
I don't even care if it's the first game you played. I don't care. It's terrible.
I can't say it's. I can't dude. I played a lot of Star Force 1. I almost beat the game. It was terrible.
I played a lot of it too.
It was terrible.
So bad.
It was terrible.
Couldn't be worse compared to. I was like, you know what? At least I can have fun with the battles and the chips and stuff. And then you play that, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Even the battling sucks.
Geo has the only thing that Geo has is a dead dad, and they just keep beating you over the head with his dad being dead over and over. That's all they can do for Geo is make him depressed. And then when he gets happy, they reverse the arc again midway through the game to make forced tension, and then he's good now, and then he has no personality. Like when they make him finally not be depressed, he's cardboard. That's all he is.
Yep.
So if he's depressed, it's annoying, but at least he has something. He's not good at all. But then when he's happy, he's terrible because he has nothing. It's kind of both. Lan is hilarious. Lan is cocky. Lan is overconfident, but he's got a lot of heart. He's got a heart.
I was gonna say
he's got heart.
I was gonna say the cool part about Lan is
he's so likable.
That he grows. So him and Mega Man kind of are good where they counteract each other.
Yes.
So Lan's kind of like not the anti-hero, but he's like just a cocky kid, and that's cool. And then you just see him grow.
Yes.
As it goes.
It's the older brother dynamic. The older brother watches the younger brother grow because the older brother's already grown up. basically. It's not really about him developing because you don't develop him. There's nothing to develop. He's already been developed. Lan's the guy who's developing, and that's the dynamic they have. And it works.
Yes. And they counteract each other a lot. He kind of makes it so, at least at the beginning, he makes it so Lan makes the right decisions and gets up and is responsible. Then, as time goes on, you see Lan becomes more responsible and starts doing things on his own. Like, with Mega Man, but like he gets up, he starts getting up by himself. He starts showing up to things when he says he's going to show up. He starts being nicer. Like,
the best moment in 3 was Mega Man telling him when he was about to die that he'd have to wake up by himself. That was the best. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna have to learn to wake up by yourself." When he died, that was like that.
Oh gosh,
that was such a good line,
dude. Anyway, that's awesome. But there's a few things before. I know we're not close yet, but I want to show some examples of X and Y.
Yeah, show
of
me.
Like cool pictures.
Show me.
Freaking! I mean, my Discord was. It could be Discord in general because mine was messing up earlier today too. Look at this.
All right, I see it, my boy.
I hope so.
No, I see. Yeah, I
this
see
is it. This is what I'm talking about. Of X and Y, like look, that looks awesome.
Yes.
There's so many moments of X and Y where it was like this.
You're talking about like cinematic camera angles too, where it's like zooming around.
Just everything. I mean, this is the first one we got.
Like it's not just like everything works together is what you're saying. It's kind of a visual feast for the eyes.
There's tons of stuff like that. They had like clouds with the shadows on them. Like they had like.
Oh yeah, I remember that. In every route, you had the shadows going down from the clouds.
Like this. Let's see. This one.
Yeah, I see it. Oh yeah, I see the clouds and the shadows there kind of
like
going.
Look at that. Like and I like how they kept it Pokemon-y. Like the edges kind of look like the Pokemon edges, but just a 3D version of it.
Well, it's
stuff like that.
It looks like you, minus the chibi aesthetic being gone, it's like you shifted the camera. That's really all you did. Like, oh, secretly it was an over-the-top view, and then they shifted it. Because it's so similar. It's so similar, like, concept-wise. You are right.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
That's what I'm talking about. And yes, it is, like, what did you say?
Like, it's kind of a feast for the eyes, visually.
Feast for the eyes. Pokemon, this specifically, yes.
Pokemon
this one specifically.
Pokemon kind of is, in general. Like, it's a very pretty game. Even, like it's always been a pretty game.
So that is what I'm talking about. This kind of stuff where it's like X and Y just blew my mind with this. It was so... They definitely... Yeah. It's definitely... I'm trying to think of... Because I like the new game, so I'm not trying to insult it.
It's definitely like, dude, that I love the color. I love the color of it.
They put a lot of like love and care into the battle system of the new one in the story. I feel like, but like the world, doesn't get as much tender love and care as the old games give them. That's all I'm saying.
That's unfortunate because Pokemon is about an adventure. That's what it is. It's an adventure. That's the primary core of it. It wasn't about like, dude. Like, not every person, and online battles can be fun. I'm glad I never experienced it in that day, because I would have sucked anyways. I would have been too lazy to make a team. But I will say, Pokemon is about adventure.
Oh, the battling? Are you talking about...
Like, online battles I could never do.
Oh, yeah. But, dude, most people, there's a huge, like, bar of entry, which is super annoying. For sure.
And it's what I like about that, what I like about X and Y, having seen and remembering how it looked, is that it didn't go for the aesthetic that I wanted it to. because if it did, it wouldn't have been able to. That was on a GameCube. This is on a 3DS. The specs are different. It's not like there are going to be things that are off. I'm glad they kept the colorful aesthetic. It works better in this instance, especially for a game. And I'm not saying go fully like the GameCube games were not desaturated to the point of no color, but they were more like kind of grungy, dirty feel. And I think that did not suit. I would like them to do that again one day, for sure. But I'm glad they didn't do it for X and Y. They tried to keep the spirit of the 2D games in 3D. That's part of what I loved about it. Having looked at the art style right now, I'm like, okay, that reminds me of the 2D games, like you said. Like it's very similar.
Oh, and X and Y?
Yeah, it's very similar. It carries the spirit forward of that.
That's some of why I like it too, is because the cities kind of look, it's just layouts are similar.
Yes.
Now they're not even.
No.
They're so different. Which that was going to be the general progression anyway. Like that's fine. I do wish they tried as hard as they did back then, but I definitely don't think they do.
No, it's because and when you think about it, a lot of people bring it up. It, like I said, that Pokemon game looks incredible to me, but I do agree with people on the fact that yes, obviously the world doesn't look as vibrant. It just doesn't. They're not, what's funny? They're not really going for a style. They're just kind of, how like back then it felt like they were thinking, okay, this is colorful. I think they were just like, let's just throw some buildings down. This is a town. They're not thinking of the art style. They're thinking of this is what the game is, not, oh, this is what it needs to look like. Oh, there's a city here. You don't think, oh, there's a colorful, vibrant city with a.
They're like, how do we make it a city? Like they're not like, how do we make it look like a city? They're just like back then. They're not like, how do we lay this out to make it look like a city? They're like, we're just going to lay it out how we want.
And it worked somehow.
And it worked. It was awesome.
It worked perftly.
It actually gave it a really unique feel, honestly.
Because you don't need 50,000 buildings to go into.
No.
Like no, that's the thing. A lot of people think that it's better to have a bigger world. But in the case of Pokemon, it was like, the world was big, but it was big enough to... The fact that they were able to put that on a GBA or even like a regular Game Boy or even a 3DS is pretty crazy. Like,
dude, I'm trying to think too. It is crazy, you're right. I'm just thinking about all the hate. Scarlet and Violet got like a bunch of hate too. I'm trying to think what they could do
to actually win people back.
So not even that, but like so digitally, I understand like it had glitches, whatever. It's the Switch. I mean, I'm not giving him an excuse, but you shouldn't have your expectations set like a crazy height.
No.
I mean, dude, you should see how Breath of the Wild runs. If they're okay with putting that out, you should just expect that they're going to be okay with, like they're like making the game better than the Switch 2 or Switch 1 can handle.
Also, why does Breath of the Wild get a pass but Pokemon doesn't?
Good question.
That's what I want to ask. Like, why does Pokemon not get one? Why does Zelda get a pass when they release a buggy game? Even, dude, remember the Link's Awakening remake? Frame drops. It's a top-down 3D game. Frame drops. How does Zelda not get criticized, but Pokemon does?
Very true.
Interesting. Double standard. Massive double standard. It's almost
very, very good point.
It's almost like people covet Zelda like they baby Zelda. So if Zelda does something sucky, they don't care. Like if they screw up with Zelda, they don't care. If they screw up with Mario, they wouldn't care. Now they don't.
Yeah.
But the thing is, those are their golden eggs. Yes, Pokemon is their moneymaker, but they're golden children in terms of like people coddling Nintendo. Like Mario and Zelda are coddled. They are a coddled franchise.
Yes. They are.
People will never notice their flaws. Even I can point out flaws even in the games that I liked. Okay? I wanted more side quests in Ocarina of Time. I wanted more dungeons in Majora's Mask. There you go. Right there. Those are things. Now, does that make them bad games? No. But this is the thing. They can criticize that, but they can't criticize those games.
You can criticize whatever you want. But
I'm saying they don't though. The
yeah,
general
no,
Nintendo community doesn't.
I don't know if that's I can't tell if it's because they're used. I don't know. To me, Breath of the Wild doesn't look very fun. So
No.
like, to me, I don't really. Pokemon, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing because I don't know if people just expect Pokemon to be so insanely good that they're like upset when it's not, or the opposite.
Yeah, I don't understand. This is the thing, man. This is what bugs me.
No, dude, this is what I was trying to say. I was trying to say that the freaking Pokemon.
Yeah, sorry for derailing you there.
No, you don't. I don't care about that. I'm saying I just want to say this before I forget. Pokemon. It's not about getting the players back. I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking like, okay, well, what if Scarlet and Violet could change? Because there was good parts about Scarlet and Violet. There's stuff that they clearly focused on. What is it that you want them to focus on?
Yes.
That's going to make it so you're happy.
Also,
That's where my thing is.
You didn't like Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl either.
That's crazy. So they even do it like really classic with a. Was it the price tag they were mad about?
I think the reason why was the platinum stuff not being there. Which look.
Oh, that sucks.
I am 100% with them on that complaint. The chibi style complainers, they're stupid.
Oh,
but
because I played it and it was worth it. It's awesome.
The platinum, I get being upset about the platinum stuff. Platinum, in a lot of ways, it like people will say it did save Gen 4 in a lot of ways. Like it fixed a lot of problems that Diamond and Pearl had.
I played Platinum so much.
It added a lot.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, okay, so what do these guys want? Like, what is it? Like, what if I wish you played Scarlet and Violet because I would ask you, but
what's the problem?
What is it that they want? If you're talking about how it runs, it's a Switch one.
Yes.
Like I don't really care about your complaints on that.
Seriously.
Okay? But if you're talking about like, okay, a lot of people said the game feels empty, right? Like, I will say if they made the cities feel more unique, there was a couple that were unique, but if they made them like a little bit bigger and more unique and like a little more plot heavy in the actual cities, I would have thought the game was amazing.
Oh, I agree.
I feel like what the old games did was the old games made it so each city felt like unique to be there. Something was happening. Right? Am I wrong there?
Yeah, dude. Slate. No, you're correct. Because think about it.
They look different enough. They look different enough that you were like, oh my gosh, like this is.
Think about Lavender. Even Gen 1. Lavender Town was creepy. It had the whole Pokemon Tower. Freaking
Cerulean, you had to like go through the Nugget Bridge and then you could talk to Bill and the PC.
And then he's turned into a Pokemon. And then you look at the SSN. And then you look at like you look at all the towns, every town. You could pick a town in Pokemon. There's a quest that's going on in that town besides the gym leader thing.
It makes it interesting. Yeah,
Dewford from Ruby and Sapphire. With Brawly.
Yes, you had to go find gym leaders, or
you got to find Steven.
Yes, like there was things happening that the gym leaders looked cool, but nothing was really happening with them in this.
No,
like I wanted the city to make me a reason to stay in it for a while, and not be like tiny little areas with like 5 buildings in a gym building.
Also, Gen 1 had a game corner too, where you could gamble. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is there more? The plot spread out throughout the whole map. The new games feel like, okay, go to this POI. If it's a gym leader, you finish the gym, you get out.
Yes.
Yes. Go to this POI, defeat this bad guy base, get out. Go to now the overextending plot throughout it all was really good. Like with everything else going on around you, but in the actual sense of like the basic gameplay, there wasn't much story involved.
Yes, I agree.
And that the cities, it doesn't even need like too empty is like, okay, they could add a few more NPCs, but most of the time in Pokemon, the NPCs are just like saying interesting stuff. They're worth talking to. I'm not saying that, but like most of the time, That's the only thing. Like that's
Well, this is the problem here. I know exactly the reason why it's more empty. I think I know the exact reason as to why it might be more empty. Well, first off, like I said, Switch 1.
Well, 3D. It's harder to make it's harder to make a
Yes.
3D city seem lively than it is a 2D city.
Also,
obviously,
you're running on hardware that, like, specifically for that, hardware is not as good.
and they were already pushing it to the limit
with GBA.
just with the cities in general. And dude, the world in if they combined Scarlet and Violet and what's the other one, Sword and Shield, if they combined both those together, you'd have an incredible game. Because the world in Scarlet and Violet or in Sword and Shield is so sick. Like they did so good with like everything.
And the art style
feeling so big and unique, and the art style, like, yeah, that's where Scarlet and Violet was like, eh. Like that's where it's like where Scarlet and Violet kills it, Sword and Shield was lackluster. Where Sword and Shield killed it, Scarlet and Violet is lackluster.
And you need to combine those things. You can't just
exactly.
You need to combine.
What were you saying? Sorry, I cut you off. The two. You're saying it's because first off, the Switch 1 is the Switch 1.
It's the hardware. It's the hardware limitations of the Switch 1 when you're making a big world. It just is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same. And it was definitely not an excuse back then. Still, like, come on, guys. Your 3DS games looked better than most of the games. Like, there's, but it's a case of them experimenting that shot themselves in the foot. So they're kind of at this moment where they're like, crap. And that's the thing. Part of me wishes, and before we close this off, before I leave,
you gotta go.
I will say this. Part of me wishes they would have not done as many gimmicks and just made a system. The portable aspect is cool for the Switch, but it also shot it in the foot in a way. It shot it in the foot.
Yeah. I get that.
Like that's my problem is most of these games, if they just released it on a regular console, probably would have been better in terms of frame rates, better stability.
100% would have been better.
Might have been better designed. They wouldn't have cut as many corners.
Maybe. That actually could be a huge part of it, yeah.
That's what I always thought in my head when the Switch first came out and I first experienced it. I was like, okay, so clearly there's some there's a weird conflicting
I'm weird about portability, so like I'm just weird about it. I like things being easy that I can bring wherever I want to bring.
Most people do prefer
so I don't know. I'm like hyper obsessed with that kind of stuff. So it's like for me, popping my Switch in my backpack is so easy. So I'd prefer it. I don't care about losing frame rate if it's smaller.
Well, I'm talking features too. Features and gameplay stuff too has to be cut.
That sucks
because of the concessions of the system.
But think of how much they don't have. Here's the thing though. Think of how much they put in DS games.
Yeah, they did.
It's like you don't have to make it so graphically enhanced where you have to cut stuff. It's like, dude, we would take you doing averagely graphics.
Yeah, no, I agree.
What I do think you're right though. To end it, I think you're right in the sense of they were pushing things too far with a system that can't push that far. So they were choosing to make stuff look better, even though it really didn't most of the time.
Yeah, it's like
they're pushing it to look better at the cost of having the things not so big.
Yes, that's the thing. That's a problem when you tell me you're going to make an open world and you have a system.
So the true test is going to be if Switch 2 Pokemon game. Sorry, Seth, I cut you off so much. What were you saying?
No, continue what you're saying. We got to end this. So
the true test is if the Switch one that only comes out for the Switch 2, if the Pokemon that only comes out for the Switch 2 is good or bad, is what I'm saying. Because now they can't say they have limitations.
No,
with Pokemon, you can't. Unless you're stupid, you're not going to push it past the Switch 2's limitations.
Yes, dude. How do you push it? That's the thing. You have 4K stuff. Like you can have in-game 4K like internal resolution, not screen resolution, internal resolution.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
keep doing that, I guarantee it's going to have a hard time if you do that. Like if you set it to that.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. Just please, God, don't do it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's gonna be the true test if something dies or not. If or not dies, but if the Switch 2 exclusive Pokemon that comes out is empty, you just don't care.
No,
That's what my
I agree with you.
thought's gonna be.
It's like any of those games, any open world game, dude. You are bad. You are bad if you do that.
Ugh. Don't do it though. Just don't give me faux open world for Pokemon.
Yes,
Nobody wants.
Yes.
Nobody wants. I'm sorry. I don't. That I will. I don't know. We can talk about it for hours. You gotta go, but
yeah. But finish your thought.
Anyway,
that's the last.
Oh, I was gonna say that I did like Scarlet and Violet's giant. I had so much fun. I had the most fun exploring the actual like island, but it's still like it's not so big where you're like, oh my gosh, where do I go? What do I do? It was like it's open world, but it's a very small.
No, I agree with
map. So, but that counts as faux open world to me. It's like sure, it's open world,
faux open
but it's
world,
like
yes.
I do with it was I'm okay with it being a little more on the rails than it was.
Yes,
but
yes, agreed. But
that's where ZA I thought was very good, where it's very on the rails.
No, I agree.
Anyway, God bless.
God bless, folks. This episode was about you.
Go.
Also, this episode was about your opinions, anyways. That's what I wanted to hear, Mister. You're not cutting me off. I wanted to hear your opinions.
I feel bad though. I feel like I talk.
I wanted to,
so much.
But I wanted to hear your opinions. But anyway, God bless.
Okay,
folks.
well, next episode we got to do yours.
Oh gosh, man, that'll turn some heads. But
so think about it.
Yeah, I'll think about it. God bless, folks.
God bless. See you next week.
Yep. See you next week.